y'all, welcome and welcome back. We are here 2 days in a row to talk about scary movies. I try to not do that so that things are, branched out, but you do what you gotta do. I want to talk about the movies that I watched this month, and this was the day to do it, so this is the day we're doing it. Before we get into that, let me introduce myself. My name's Morgan. If you're new here, we do all things spooky, spooky movies, spooky legends, spooky stories, all that jazz. So please check out the description for my other socials and where to send your scary stories if you have any for me to read. Before I forget, please put in the comments what your favorite watch of the month was, because I know even if you don't normally watch scary movies, you definitely did this month. Now, I will say I kind of disappointed myself this month. Kind of. I thought I would watch a lot more than I did, and I just didn't. It's like I didn't have the time. I was busy trying to film a series for TikTok, and I kind of lost motivation. I was trying to keep up with Grotesquerie, literally watched 2 weeks of it. I've seen 4 episodes of it as at the time I'm filming this. Don't know what's going on. Had it spoiled, kind of lost interest to watch it after that. I was trying to keep up with Scare Tactics, lost it. There was something else that I was watching as well. The only thing I've been keeping up with is Supernatural, because my husband decided he wanted to watch it, and I was like, yes. So we've just been kind of binging Supernatural. But no, I didn't watch as many scary movies as I wanted to. I normally watch Night of the Living Dead every October. Didn't do that this month. I usually watch Rose Red. Didn't do that this month. There's just so many ones that I always watch that I didn't, and I'm just I was sitting here making this list and I was like, dang, I failed this month. But anyways, I did watch a few good ones, and we are going to talk all about them. So let's get into it. I just wanted to warn you guys that most of them are rewatches, but we're still going to talk about them. So first off, Terrifier 3 did come out in the month of October, so I went to see that 3 times. I don't want to talk about it. That was my favorite movie of the year by a lot. So I did watch that. I've done an entire deep dive on the entire Terrifier franchise, so I'm not going to get into the plots and stuff, but I did watch Terrifier 3 times in theaters. I watched All Hallows Eve, which is the first one in the franchise, and I watched Terrifier 1 and 2. So right there was a good chunk of my month just spent towards Art the Clown. The next film that I want to talk about is a rewatch for the 10th time, which is crazy because it came out earlier this year, and that is Late Night with the Devil. Late Night with the Devil is a Shudder original that follows a TV host who is struggling to keep his show afloat, and he decides that the best thing that he can do is scare everyone with an infamous Halloween episode where he is going to contact a demon. And he does. And it's horrific and great and cheesy, and it's the best thing ever, and you need to get Shudder just to watch that. I am not sponsored by Shudder, but I cannot recommend it enough if you love horror. If you love horror, that is going to be your best friend, and it's only $7 a month. The next film also was a rewatch. I actually saw it in a local theater that was doing a flashback thing, and that was The Shining. We all know what The Shining is, but if you don't, a writer takes a job in a secluded hotel up on a mountain that closes for the winter because you literally cannot get out. So if you take that job, you are stuck there during the winter months, and your job is to just make sure that if things break in the hotel, you fix them, you keep it heated up in intervals because it's a huge hotel and all that. And this man took that job so that he and his family could live there and he could focus on writing because he's a writer. And he eventually loses his mind, literally snaps. I could go into a deep dive of that movie so hard. Jack makes me so mad. That man makes me so mad. I could literally sit here for 20 minutes and talk about it. I won't unless I'm prompted to, but oh, he makes me mad. The next movie I watched was a Stephen King movie as well, and it was actually the first part of the It remake. I just watched chapter 1. I don't know why I didn't watch chapter 2. I just kind of watched, I was cooking and I put it on for my husband and I to watch, and then we just didn't watch the second one. But we all know what it is. It follows Pennywise the Dancing Clown. And I love the remake. I love Tim Curry too, but there's just something about Bill Skarsgård's Pennywise. I love it. And I'm not biased. That's not the first one I saw. I grew up watching Tim Curry's. I just really like how scary Bill's is, because I look at Tim Curry's and I'm like, it's more funny in a way, but Bill's is horrific. Next up, I saw Smile 2, and I'm not gonna really get into that at all because probably next week I want to do a video comparing the first and second one, because the second one was so much better. But I want to really get into that and do a deep dive And yeah, so we will do that. The next up, like The Shining, was one that was shown in a local theater for Flashback Cinema, and that was The Exorcist. And I actually went on Halloween night to see that one. 10 out of freaking 10. 10 out of 10. That movie is the best. It is the OG. That movie scared the crap out of me when I was little and pushed me to love horror as much as I did today because I watched it incredibly too young. That movie and Tales from the Crypt shaped me into the person I am today. So as a way to, like, I don't know if it was for Halloween or for the director to bring attention to the monkey that's coming out next year, but Longlegs was back in theaters and actually showed an exclusive clip from the monkey, so that's why I think maybe it was for that. But did go see that again. Could not resist. I love that movie so much. I bought merch from Neon. I don't really buy movie merch other than Terrifier, so if I did that, I am a fan of that movie. But if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. Longlegs follows a detective who is unraveling the serial killer-esque things that have been happening for 30 years and finds out she has a direct tie into it. Direct. Next up was Rocky Horror Picture Show. My husband and I actually go every year to see a group like act out the movie. It's hilarious. We have the best time. And if you have not seen that movie, go drop everything you're doing right now and go watch it. I don't know where it's streaming. I have no idea, but you need to go find it and you need to watch it. The last movie that I want to talk about is actually one that I got an early screening for. I don't think it's out yet, but that is the film Elevation. It follows a situation that occurs on Earth where sinkholes open up and these world-ending monsters come out and they're just obliterating everyone. And people, of course, run because a monster just came out of the ground. So they run, and some run up to higher elevation, and through doing this they find out that these creatures do not pass 8,000 feet. So they start building towns and things up above, and they're like, you know what, they can have it down there, we'll just live up here forever. And that would have been fine until this one man's son needed some medicine that was below 8,000 feet at a hospital. So now they got to go get it. And it is action-packed and adventure. I loved it so much. I'm going to go see it again when it's in theaters. Anyway, that is all for this week. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you next week.